Okay, cool. Hello, hello. Welcome, welcome, one and all. Okay, all right. Let me know if everything's a-okay this time around. I think it should be a little bit better than the last time in terms of like weird audio things. Okay. Hey Nemanja, how are you? Hi Andrew. Hi Joanne and Mr. Oddstuff. Trying out a little bit of a new setup to see if I can see the comments a little bit easier. Hopefully this works. Got my Facebook chat on one side and then I've got Restream literally overlaying on top of what's it called? ZBrush. There we go. Of course it's not that. Sorry. Oh my gosh. What is this? Oh, there we go. Okay. Yeah, I can get down with that. Nice sphere. Thank you. Thank you very much. I worked very hard on this. All right. So basically, if you guys are new here, my name's Ashley. Basically what I do is I take this thing, basically, take a drink of soda every single time I say basically. And I take it and I just mash it around, make a shape, make a bunch of shapes, see what happens, and I create some kind of a concept based on that. It's not really anything, you know, based on reference or anything like that. It's sort of just a sandbox sculpting session to see what my imagination can come up with. And to preface that, your imagination is literally based off of everything that you've already seen. Like, your brain can't really like make up things out of nowhere. It has to be based on stuff you've already seen and connections that your mind is making through things that you've already experienced. So your visual library can be a lot more vast and intricate and more interesting the more things that you look at, because then you can start to make these connections in your head, and that's what's perceived as a great imagination, and what I'm working towards and what you guys should play around with working towards as well. So yeah, so that's basically what it is. I never have a plan coming into this, so everybody asking, oh, what are you making? What are you making? I'm like, I don't know. And that's kind of the fun thing about it, is you can literally just sketch the same way that you can pick up a sketchbook and just start doodling random things in there and be like, I don't know what I'm doing, I'm just drawing. You know, it's kind of the same thing, the same sort of idea. So definitely like kind of try doing stuff like that. So if you're interested in that sort of a thing, you can actually check out ZBrush for free for 45 days. For all the people yelling at me to just go and stop talking and shut up, it's, hey guys, you know, just relax. I'm gonna be here for 4 hours, so just calm down. It's gonna be okay. It'll be fine. It'll be okay. I'm literally here for 4 hours. My job here is to talk and answer questions and just have fun. So you'll run out of soda the first hour at this rate. I know, right? It's insane. But yeah, so if you are interested in this kind of workflow and you don't have ZBrush, you can download it for free for 45 days. So definitely check that out. And yeah, just gonna, you know, have fun with it. And if you have any questions along the way, feel free to ask me. On Twitch, for the people on Twitch that are popping in, my username is @a_cubed. So you can let me know, you know, who's what you want to know. Like if you want it to like highlight, basically, that's what it, you know. Ooh, there was another shot of soda. All right, so and besides that, if by any point you're like, nah, this is not working for me, like this is not the workflow I like, or your voice is gritty and annoying, I understand. You can actually follow Pixelogic channel and see a whole bunch of other artists with lots of different voices and lots of different skill sets all within ZBrush that you can check out as well. So definitely give ZBrush, the Pixologic channel, a follow. And also, because shameless self-promotion, I'm here anyways, I'm going to do it. You can follow me, if you don't find my voice gritty and annoying, over on my channel, which is... Hold on. Here we go. Right here. Ooh, look at that movie magic. The power of TV. We can move each other. This one right here. This one is me. So you can check that out if you're so inclined. And yeah. So let me just like adjust this really quick. Read all of the comments that I have so graciously missed already. Sorry, this is the first time I've got like my comments over top. All right. Hello Onyx. Hello Dark. Hi Fighter. From Texas. Hey. Okay, here we go. What monster am I on tonight? Who knows? That's what I'm saying. I don't know. You're 14 years old. Wow. Hi, Visha. I appreciate it. Hello, Rathon from the UK. Wow, everybody around the globe. All the people around everywhere. All right. So we're just gonna kind of do something or other here. Pull out a few shapes. See if something jives. Not really like knowing if anything in particular is happening along this way, like anything, not having a plan. Hey Sajad, how are you? And Seagull, what's up, dude? Hello from Mexico. Hello, Marcelo. And Portugal, Carlos. Hello. Hello, Earth. Zombie Triceratops. Maybe. I'm starting to see something a little bit interesting, though. Maybe just a little interesting. And also, I never really care about polygonal stretching, especially at this stage. I actually use it to my advantage to create interesting artifacts when I do finally Dynamesh. It's sort of like, you know, if you throw paint at the canvas. I know I say this like every single time, so the people who will like watch the streams regularly are probably like, oh my god, it's this again, yawn. But basically, for anybody who hasn't heard it, it's kind of the same thing as like if you were to like throw paint at a canvas and then try and find like some sort of a shape inside of it and work at it that way, and you can just kind of like have, as Bob Ross would say, happy little accidents. Hi, how late are you? I've only been on here for like 10 minutes. Most of it's been me talking about stuff. It's a bird. Everybody thinks it's always a bird. Hi, Stefano. Thank you very much. Do a butterfly. I did something kind of butterfly-like on my stream last night. It was really sketchy. I didn't really get very far with it. Alright, I'm gonna remove, or I'm not gonna remove it, I'll just kind of flatten this whole neck piece in, and I will add a whole other separate piece in so I don't have to deal with crazy geo back here, because we've got so much going on. That'll probably be better. Is that a rhino? Who knows, Stefano? Who knows? We don't know yet. Just sort of something I'm throwing together, and then I'll start to theme it a little bit more once I've been working at it for a bit. Spiky Lion. Wonder Wheel, it was good and funny. Gramps Woody Sticky. Oh, yeah? I've never watched that. Bob Rops had... Bob Ross said happy little accidents to you. You'd be running for the hills and yelling about zombies. Well, yeah. But I'm still able to quote him. Oh. It's this again. Well, I mean... Like I said, if I'm not your cup of tea, there's lots of other artists you can watch. Do I ever get skunked when trying to find inspiration from start with and have to reload the sphere? Yeah, sometimes I'm like, you know, this is really not working, and I completely, like, trash it. What tools do I use the most? Snakehook? The snakehook brush. Alright. So I really want, you know, a silhouette to be pulled out here that's very, very intense. Like, I really enjoy pulling out shapes that are, that's something that, you know, it's easier to get with 3D. I like making a purpose out of it and just really pushing the design. Since these are just literally for fun, I get that, like, if it was for, you know, if I had to, like, rig some things, that pushing the design too much can always be a problem, but, you know, for funsies, I like to really push these. Hey Tim, how are you? Guys, High Horse Games is another really talented artist on the Fixologic channel that you should definitely go and follow. He does, I guess you're doing your own streams on your channel now? I see the name change. But yeah, you should definitely go and check out what he does. Made the game Disc Jam. Very good. Very, very good. Well, Will, that's not me. I'm not gonna be drinking like that. Maybe soda. Maybe soda. Okay, let's try. Yeah, looking kind of fun. Still on Pixo, just changing your handle for the company name? Okay, gotcha. Well, regardless, go and follow him. And check out his streams. I guess you're streaming tomorrow too, right? Well, Stefano, yes, I do agree, but when it comes to starting off a model, I do prefer to stay in symmetry because then you can get your design looking the way that you want, silhouette and all. If you just right off the bat jump into doing something non-symmetrical, you're going to have a very hard time later, and you're basically doubling the work that you need to do for yourself. I almost always add in symmetry or asymmetry afterwards, like much later, because like doing it now is just, it's kind of foolish, especially because I don't know what the design is going to be. Hey, Jose, what up? How are you? Also, guys, Jose is another streamer on the Pixelogic channel, which you should go and give a look-see. He's on Facebook right now, so I can't show you his handle, but if he goes on Twitch... Hey, Elias, thank you so much. Like to see my process of making the skin and make the anatomy look natural. A lot of the time you get your anatomy right, but your creatures end up looking like they've been skinned. Oh, that's usually just because you're using like lots of muscle reference, which is really good, but you're not considering what the skin and fatty tissues on top will look like. So when you're putting in muscle detail, it's like, you know, sometimes you don't need to put in all of it. And that just requires a lot of reference, you know, just like looking at somebody's forearm that's super, super built versus somebody who has body fat content of like 30% or something like that, right? Like look at the differences and see what happens there. Didn't do a damn thing last week, but rant. Hey, you know, you do what you do, right? Like, whatever. I feel like we've done so many of these streams, like if people really wanted to, they could like go and see what the other ones were as well. But yeah, like people have questions, like don't even hesitate to ask. I'm gonna figure out how to make multi-stream chat to the output window. Oh, you don't have the restream thing? All right, see you, Mark Whitty. Sorry. Have a great evening. Oh my gosh, my thing is not auto-scrolling. Come on, there we go. Patience to not dynamesh until that point. Oh yeah, no, that's I work very messy, so. If you're kind of like, you like to work messy the way that I do, like you kind of like just like getting in there and going at it, then you might enjoy the way that I kind of go at my sculpts. But if you like a much cleaner, more methodic approach initially, then I might not have the workflow for you. But me, like I don't do things very clean right off the bat. I always clean up my model later. Because there is no need to like have it super clean at this stage. It's just sort of because you're gonna have to clean it up later anyways. Some people have the mindset of like, oh well, if it's clean early on, then I don't have to clean it up as much later, which is totally true. But I just don't like thinking about it. I like to just like have my mind set on the creative process alone, and then worry about all the technical stuff later. All right, let's see. Theme today. Hi, Joel. How are you? And Charlie. And Don Max. Hello. All right, let's do... Yeah, there we go. Let me see if I can do something really quick. Okay. How would you create wraps around a handle or something? Hold on. This is like super loud right now. Whoa. Can you guys still hear the music? I hope you can. Let me know if you can still hear the music. Because it was just getting like super loud for me. Here. How would you do wraps? So basically there's like a few ways that you could do it. You could like mask off a certain area like this and then do a bit of like an extract down here. You know, maybe something like, oops, didn't even mask it. Come on. So you could extract, say accept, right? And so then you could like move these around and kind of work with it that way. Another way that you could do it is kind of like duplicate your thing. If you just go here, like if I were to duplicate this and I was like, oh, well, this is what I want to do, then come in here and get your slice curve. Hold on, I gotta make this chat smaller. And then if you go and make your polygroups, you can create stuff like this, where then you can go into your brush. Oh my gosh, I can't see anything with this chat over top. Oh, maybe this is a bad idea, having the chat here. Okay, I gotta move that. Oh, thank you, Don Max, for sure, thank you. Oh no. Oh no, disaster's striking. Yeah, so you could kind of do that, and then brush, auto masking, and then there's like this mask by polygroups thing, so you can actually kind of start like, you know, moving them around this way as well. Obviously you'd want to work with this a little bit like more high res than what I'm doing, but this is like another way that you could start working with it, and then layering stuff on top with the masking and stuff like that. So you can work with it that way. There's many ways to do something like wraps. Okay, let me fix this chat thing. Sorry guys. I just want to make sure that I'm getting everybody's messages. Music volume is good? That's awesome. Okay, great. Okay. Can you? Ooh, restream. Ooh. Thank you, Dirk. I appreciate it. Topology brush? No, I don't use the topology brush. If you had a bunch of different things you had to model, would you finish them one by one or bounce back and forth? That depends on how like complex they are. Longer projects, I'd probably be bouncing through a lot of them because I just get really like tired of working on one thing. So it's like nice for me to just keep things fresh. But if it's like quick stuff, then I usually am like, okay, well, if I can get this done in 1 or 2 days, then I'll just like go ham at it for the 1 or 2 days. Sculpting for jewelry interests you? Not like, I mean, it is interesting, but I don't think I'm gonna do it. There are other artists here that actually do that. Who do we... What are their screen names? Oh my gosh. I'm drawing a blank right now. I'm like the worst. I'm wondering if he actually still does things. Frig. I mean, like, yeah, like his name is Tomas. I think his name on Twitch should be Tomas Whittle. I can't say his last name. Tomas is really talented at that sort of thing. So you can check him out here on the ZBrush channel, the Pixelogic channel. But I just don't remember if his like screen name is that or not. Sorry, my bad. Ugh. But yeah, he does 3D printing jewelry, so you should check that out. Okay, yeah, T.S. Vittelvac. Whittle? I suck. If he were here, he'd just be like, he'd be pouncing on the opportunity to be like, huh, you can't do anything. Mistakes. Recommend useful resources for creature animal sculpting and crochet anatomy for only creature stuff. A crochet is for creature stuff. Specifically, I don't know if I can help you with that, but anatomy for humans, there's this thing called, let me find my tab. Where is it? Anatomy next, there it is. Hold on. I'll post it in Twitch chat. Because that's what I have open right now. Oh my god. Here we go. Do I ever get my models painted? Yes, I do. In fact, I was working as a sculptor for, I was working as a sculptor and then I was working as a surfacing artist for the same studio once all the sculpting work was done. So yes. But typically during these streams, I don't. Oh, printed. Oh, okay. Sorry, my bad. No, I haven't actually. I have not. My freelance. Yes, I am freelance. I was working for an animation studio for a year and a half, and I just ended my contract, and now I'm just trying to like chill out. But it looks like more work is coming my way, so we'll see how long my chill out session lasts for. Whoops. Am I familiar with using ZBrush models in ZBrush? Hold on. I need to process that one. I'm not sure what you mean. Cause yeah? Yes? Do you have an idea of how many limbs this creature will have yet? No, I feel like I've just been like looking at chat this entire time. Like I feel like I haven't really like given too much thought to this yet. Looks like your cat? Oh, I'm sorry, Chris. Since when did I know ZBrush? How many times does it take you to know the software? So I've been sculpting for 4 years. About 4 years. Almost 4 years. Maybe 4 years. I don't know. In and around 4 years. Give or take how many months, I don't know. actually. Let's grab this guy. There we go. There's nice and tiny. Thank you, Vakoda. I appreciate it. Where can you go to find freelance work? There's tons of postings online and things like that. I'm gonna be that jerk that actually says that I don't actually look for a lot of work. I think it's about visibility, because I am a visible artist and I post online a lot, that I get contacts. So I'm not like the best to come to about that kind of a thing, but I do know that ArtStation has like an entire thing like where they're posting jobs constantly, and there's like stuff on Polycount and all that kind of stuff. Have I checked out Dax? Have I checked out Dax yet? Oh, wow. No, I have not. Oh, wow, his environment stuff. Yeah, okay. Am I for hire right now? I mean, yeah. But yeah, no, I guess, yeah. For professional purposes, yes. Okay, I wanna like sculpt. Yeah, no, that app is really good. I agree. Yes, post your stuff online, especially Polycount. Polycount's really good. I don't do this, but like if you are into getting like game jobs, Polycount, absolutely. Do I found any hard surface work? Do I do any hard surface work in ZBrush, like vehicles, spacecraft? Sorry, for Maya / okay. I have done hard surface stuff in ZBrush. Yes. I don't prefer hard surface stuff in general. I will do it, and I kind of like I enjoy it while I'm doing it, but I would prefer to do in general like organics. So I guess in that sense, like I'm gonna kind of skip that question. How stable is freelance work in regards to income? Not stable. Not stable, at least for the first while that you're doing it. Alright, let's see here. Am I self-taught? That depends on what you mean by self-taught. Did I go to university for this? No. Did I learn it through tutorials online? Yes. Can I share my intros if you're using it? Preferences. I don't have preferences. I just like, well, okay, turn touch off no matter what you're doing. Turn it off. It's garbage. I've got an Intuos Pro Medium right here. Did I always use ZBrush, or did I make the leap to it later? I was a traditional artist starting off, so I did a lot of my stuff like, you know, traditional illustration, and I was doing a lot of like animation. I went to school for traditional or like 2D animation and stuff like that. So, yeah. Where did I do most of my tutorial stuff? YouTube, and also go to Z Classroom, because Z Classroom will help you learn ZBrush. Did I fix my cell camera? No, I did not. Which type of pen tablet have I currently used? Yeah, the Wacom Intuos Pro. Do I have my own website, or do you have something like ArtStation to present my portfolio? I use ArtStation. Oh my god, I feel like I'm on speed round of questions. Jesus. Turned it off the second you bought it. Yeah, I know, it's not... I hate that. Has any of my sculpts been used in a movie? Yes, lots of them. Can't use touch anyways, use the radio menu as a spaz attack randomly. I know, it's annoying. Anytime that I have my like wrist at the side, like if I like even like go near this thing, like it just pops up on the side anyways, even though touch is off. It's so annoying. Do I do this all day, every day? No, at one point I did, but now I'm just trying to like relax. But I can't relax. No rest for the wicked. Okay. Does that mean I'm wicked? I don't know. Every time I say that quote, I feel like Borderlands. All right. Okay, guys, lots of questions. I appreciate it. Of course, you can always keep asking questions, but I need to sculpt something. I need to actually do something here. All right. Let's do something like this. All right, I want to do like lots of skin stretchy stuff. I think it would be kind of cool if it was almost like reversed. Like this whole like bottom piece here came out kind of like this. We had like backwards legs. Because why the heck not? You got the same? Nice. Yeah, it's a good tablet. I keep saying this every single stream, hoping that Wacom is listening. I want it into us. I want I don't want it into us. I want a Cintiq, a 27-inch. Like, hi guys, are you here? Are you by any chance in the in chat? Can I interest you in getting sponsored? I'm good at selling out. Come on. Yeah, welcome back, Seagull. Thank you, Onyx. You got your Cintiq 27. Ooh, rub it in. Rub it in. 13 HD? Nah, I want the 27-inch. No, I don't speak any Spanish. I only know like 2 words. It's very embarrassing. Argentina, it's difficult to learn 3D modeling or even animation thanks to digital tutors and Pixelogic. You've learned everything. Yeah, that's great. Do I have any tutorials or something like that? No, I just do a lot of Twitch streaming. Any suggestions beside the named before or YouTube to learn online? I mean, those are like really like my go-tos, right? Like you can check out Mike Pavlovich on YouTube as well. I always call him out because he's got like really like beginner friendly tutorials and things. But I would just say like if you're sculpting / modeling or doing like anything in the pipeline and like you're like, okay, let me go right back because this is going to answer a lot of your questions of like, oh, how do I get into it, and like for everybody else, right? Well, the thing is, I would say just jump into it. Just start doing something, and as you run into questions, look that up. Like don't go online and like look up ZBrush tutorial or like whatever, like just type that in because you're just gonna get like a slew of like random stuff constantly thrown at you. So I would just say start doing something, and when you run into a problem, look it up, and then there's going to be a tutorial specifically for that. I can almost guarantee it because there's like a billion tutorials out there now. So like let's say you're like, well, what the heck is a normal map, right? Go onto the Polycount wiki, first look it up, read it. What's the what is it on the Polycount wiki? You'll learn a whole bunch of information of what a normal map is, and then see how to normal map bake or whatever, and start like asking specific questions, and you're gonna get a lot more valuable information that way when you're looking at tutorials and like, you know, trying to find learning resources, because otherwise you're just flooding yourself and you're not going to retain that information, right? Because if you think about it, like remember like when you were in school learning math, like how much of that information did you actually retain when you were being like flooded with like thing after thing after thing? It's just like the best way to learn is to just start doing something, get hands-on with it, especially art, right? And then have the theoretical stuff come in as you're going, because then it's more of like, oh, well, you're giving something, you're giving it like, it's becoming tangible, right? It's becoming something that you're already doing, and you can learn it a little bit easier that way and understand it more. Because if you're just kind of like sitting there and you've never heard of like what a normal map is, for example, and you hear all of this like mumbo jumbo and you see like a billion programs being used or whatever, and you're just like, well, what is all of this? It's like, it's hard to just kind of understand right off the bat. So I would just say, you know, get into it, just start doing something, and once you start doing something, you can start asking your specific questions and you're gonna get specific answers. Make it happen. Get me a Cintiq. Yes. Oh, thank you for the link for Mike Pav on YouTube, Siegel. Appreciate it. Oh my god, I need like a facts section. I feel like I'm repeating these things so many times. Okay, guys. Yes, I've been doing this for almost 4 years, or somewhere in between 4. I don't know, somewhere around 4 years. I don't keep track. Something like that. Is everything you posted with fully fleshed out work, or use ZBrush sketches been sufficient to catch the eye of potential clients? Because I do so much sketching, that's kind of like my job, is like I'm like a sketching like kind of concept artist, because I do this stuff so fast. I'm just sitting here talking. This has like gotten nowhere, and I'm just like, I do this so fast, like oh my god, get off your high horse. No, but like, yeah, that's yes, I some of this stuff, like, I don't recommend most people post like just sketches that you have, because it's like when you first starting, your sketches might not look that great. Like when I first started doing ZBrush stuff, like my sketches did not look good at all, and then, you know, the more and more I did it, it's like, okay, well, now it's actually like sufficient enough that I can actually post this kind of stuff and it doesn't look like complete and utter trash fire. But I would just say that when you're first starting out, I would post like fully fleshed out models and things like that. But if you are a competent sketcher, then what the heck, right? As long as you're labeling it like, hey, this is like a concept piece, or this is a sorry, this is a one-off, or it's like a, you know, it's a sketch or whatever, right? Your digital 3D sketchbook, whatever. But I wouldn't ever say like full finish final model, like, no, because, you know, employers aren't going to be stupid like that. They're going to look at this and be like, okay, where's the topology, where's your texture maps, like, you know. It's like, don't play it off like that. One of their images. Glenn is one of their, ooh, apply to become, ooh, okay, Dark, okay. All right. I need a bio area. I know, like, I feel like I'm doing this a lot. I'm sorry. I'm gonna sketch a little bit more. Have I ever tried creating creatures that are more grounded to reality, can exist in an anatomically possible way? Absolutely, yes. Yeah, no, for sure. And I've done creature designs where I am like obviously referencing, like I've got a whole bunch of references on the side and things like that. Like that's obviously something that that is that is necessary. But when it comes to this kind of stuff, I really just want to have fun with shapes and things like that. Like, you know, like something like totally fantasy, just, you know, that wouldn't be able to exist, because that's a lot of fun. That's like that's where a lot of the fun comes in, I think. Like, I've never, you know, like when I'm playing games, for example, like I don't look for like real like survival kind of games, just because I'm like, well, I feel like I'm surviving every day. I don't want to keep track of an exact like bar of like hunger, because I feel like I'm keeping track of that bar in real life every day, you know? Like when I make art, a lot of the time I'm usually not trying to create things that already exist, even though, you know, again, like I have said, like your imagination is based off of everything you've already seen. But it's just like, what can you do with that to create something new, right? And I just think that that's a fun idea in general, as do a lot of artists. You know, I'm not the only one that thinks like that. I enjoy fantasy and sci-fi, and yeah. Yeah. No trash fire, yeah. You're following my Twitch. Ah, thank you. I appreciate it. You know my life story now. You've heard it enough. I know. I need a bio. I need to like have a bio, like a facts section, right? Like just. Is working in the production pipeline a stressful experience? It can be. It absolutely can be, but it can also be extremely fun and rewarding. There has been one project, which I don't think I'm going to get into too much detail just because, like, you know, things and stuff and just, you know, but it was for television, and it was a lot. There was a lot of overtime, and it was kind of a mess. And the company that I was in at the time, I was considered a junior. I was supposed to be considered a junior because it was like my first like place or whatever. And they were making like jokes about, haha, it's like you're the lead and stuff like that, and basically giving me all like lead responsibilities without the pay and things like that, so that added on to the stress and things like that. So like there can be bad experiences for sure, because I wasn't equipped to do any of that, you know. Like I had only at that point been working in the industry for like a year, so it was just like you know, I don't know if this is okay. But then there's also been dream projects, like I actually absolutely loved, and I loved the people on them. Like the project that I just got off contract with, I absolutely loved working on. It was amazing. It was so much fun. I enjoyed everybody's company. Everybody was competent, and we were all doing our best to make the most out of it. And that's sort of like, you know, I feel like, yeah, the project is strictly based on, like, you know, if it's going to be an enjoyable process, it's based on the people that it's made up of, you know? Like, you can have like a really cool idea, like, oh, it's just like this whole game of dragons fighting each other constantly. You're a dragon and you have pet dragons that are attacking other dragons or whatever. You're like, yeah, I get to make dragons. But then, like, imagine everybody was just like, no talking, like, and then there was just like a whole bunch of studio politic drama and stuff like that, and it's just like, that's not a good environment, and it makes the art not feel fun and stuff like that, right? So, you know, if you have really cool people to work with and you're working on something like Barbie, it could be a really fun Barbie movie, you know? It could be a really great experience and not stressful at all. So it really just comes down to the people, right? And your communication with them, and if that is a-okay. That's really what it comes down to. I wouldn't say the work itself at any point is extremely stressful. Because, you know, if you're having a hard time with something and you have open communication and you have a good PM, like a good project manager, you should be able to work that out with them and say, like, hey, I need like more time for this or whatever. And a good project manager will understand that and work with you to, you know, within reason, of course, to make it work and give you tasks that are at your skill level for that particular time. Have I gotten a chance to play Monster Hunter? Yes, I have. I heard that the Angry Pickle is coming next week to the new Monster Hunter World, and I am not stoked about that. I don't want that Angry Pickle in my life. I already find it difficult enough to do my investigations in the ancient forest without an Anjanath interrupting me. Now there's gonna be an Angry Pickle. A junior artist would be working under a senior. There was never a senior. It was fun. Yeah, well, you know, you think it's the dream, but really you're kind of getting like a crap stick handed to you, I guess you could say, because if you're thrust into a position that you don't have the experience for yet, maybe you're totally there. Like, I don't doubt that there are juniors out there that are just beyond some of the seniors that are out there. But in terms of the amount of experience that you've had working in the pipeline and working with people and working towards learning how to become a good leader, to become that senior or to become that lead, that's the important that's the important thing, right? That's what a lot of people get angry about. They're like, oh, well, I can't believe this person's a senior, and like, you know, I'm like more talented than that or whatever. I should be paid more. Like I understand that, and I understand that argument, but at the same time, like, have you worked long enough that you actually understand the inner workings of everything, and you have enough experience from different companies, different projects, that you can combine that and be a better leader for that studio, right? So that's kind of where you know, if you're getting thrust into a lead position, you're a junior, you kind of get like underhanded. Like, it's not a good thing for you because you don't have that experience, and you're kind of being set up for failure or set up to believe things are correct when you're not doing things correctly or the best way. And it can be bad for some people's ego as well, as I've seen. So that's something to consider as well. But I'm, you know, and I'm one of those people that's just like, I don't like that whole like, oh, well, have you paid your dues? You know, have you done your time or whatever? Like, I hate that mentality. I really do. Because I feel like, you know, everybody is their own, you know, the world's your own oyster. You can do whatever you want. And if you're a really talented artist, you should be treated as such, which I completely stand by. But at the same time, I do realize that some people, most people, including myself, when I was a junior, did not have that ability to step up and take leadership because we didn't have like the experience yet, right? And maybe artistically, you're totally, you know, freaking savant. Doesn't mean your people skills or leadership skills are there yet, though. Yeah, I know. I do. Yeah, I definitely gotta get on that. Monster Hunter to play with Ryu and Dante. I'm not playing with like any skins or anything. I'm just playing with my mismatch because like I can't, like, I don't have enough time to grind out things. So I've got like an Anjanath breastplate, and then I've got like a freaking some butterfly thing for a headdress and like a bone skirt and something. I don't know. I look stupid. I look dumb. I look hella dumb. So I'm just trying to get through the story, and I'm like, oh man, girl, I don't know what you doing. I don't know what you trying to look like. Hey, Potent, how are you? The mechanicals of the process. It's best at the 2015 ZBrush Summit. Yeah. Oh. I didn't actually get to hear him during the 2015 ZBrush Summit, or maybe I did. All right, I'm gonna go into sculpt mode now. Enough talking. I think with these guys, I'm actually going to put these on the ground. Is it a mermaid? Is it a bird? What the heck is that? We will see. I don't know. I don't know. I never know. Who knows? But isn't that the fun? Isn't that just so fun, not knowing, but continuing to sculpt anyways? Come on, be artsy with me. Be artsy fartsy with me. Do I already know what I want to realize? No, but I have like some sort of an idea, yeah. Ahoy! JG? It's a bird, oh my god. No, it's a dog. It's a dog. Guys, it's a dog. Come on. Be real here. It's a dog. It's actually Canada. Subliminal messaging, Canada leave. Oh. I wanted to know more about this topic, freelancing versus company. Well, you could always, like, I don't know if I should talk more about it, because I'm not like super knowledgeable on freelancing. Like, I just kind of do stuff, and in terms of like taxes, I'm getting slammed for it this year, so like maybe I'm not the best to talk about that with right now. Like, give me another year of doing it, because I've been working studio for the most part, and now I'm just kind of getting into freelance stuff, and I'm just like, ooh, I have some things to learn. Definitely got some stuff to learn. Just getting slammed. It's a Canadian dog. Yeah. Yes, I am using a Wacom. Intuos Pro. Medium. To kind of like break this, then I don't really want this to look like a maple leaf. It's always a Canadian. Ugh. Ugh. Alright, well, we can get back to this guy in a minute. Have I worked on any games? No. No. I've worked on feature film. Animated feature film. And television. Has ZBrush ever crashed on me live on live stream without saving? Yeah, but usually it's pretty good about recovering, so that's fine. How was Drawbreak? Drawbreak was so fun when I went to Mexico. That was great. I really enjoyed that. I hope I get to go back to Mexico at some point. Got to meet like a lot of people who watched the streams and stuff, so that was really cool. You're late but happy? Yeah, it's okay. I've only been doing this for about an hour. What film? Something that's not released yet. I've worked on Barbie as well, Barbie Starlight Adventure, and I've worked on Elena of Avalor for a long time. I did so many characters in that TV show, that Disney show, including Elena. Hellraiser type nightmare feeling. Ever work with default red clay color? Nope, absolutely not. Don't like it. Nope. Nope. Will I be breaking the symmetry at all on my sculpt? Would that be one of the final procedures? Yes, it would be one of the final procedures. If I wanted to like pose this and stuff, I would usually do it in the pose. You can kind of see some of the other stuff. Like I did a posing stream. Like I showed people how like I pose stuff in a rough sense. 2 streams ago. You see those paws? Reminds me of the spider that you hunted in your living room 3 hours ago. Whoops. Whoops. How much design choice happens by accident? I wouldn't say any choice happens by accident because that's a choice. How many things I decide to go with and expand upon because of the accident that just happened? Quite a bit. I see strokes that I would have made, and I would have been like, you know, that could actually be a horn, or that could be scales in this area, or whatever. So a lot of like, when I'm working this way, a lot of my choices are built off of that, which is why I like to keep stuff kind of like really messy because it makes the whole process a lot more fun to work with. Thank you, Scott. You're so confused how this creature will walk. It's one of those things where these are actually going to be like really backwards legs. It's like I want something like really creepy. So always remember, you know, the bone structure underneath, and you're probably like, what the heck is this? How do you even like decide what the bone structure is? Well, figure out where you're putting the rib cage, and always remember that it is there, you know? So this one has a rib cage right here, and so I build fat around that to make it look like the skin is kind of, you know, folding according to something that is solid underneath. And that for an earlier question on how to avoid making something look like it's almost like, you know, a crocheted while you're creating a creature, well, that's how, is just remember to always build on top of something solid. And don't forget to build on top of something as well. Mm-hmm. Actually, to speed up this process, because I have a lot of these to do, I'm probably gonna do... Are you guys ready? IMM. I love this. I love that you can just like... Whoop! There it is. Just so I have the extremities there, so I can start like playing around with positioning and the proportions. If I had to spend an hour in a room with everything that I've sculpted, how... Immediately dead. Flip the head around, it looks like a gaping dragon from Dark Souls 2. Oh, really? Which one is that? I want to Google it. I haven't played Dark Souls. I only played like 2 or 3 hours of Dark Souls 3. Let's see. Oh, okay, I see. Yeah. It's got like human feet or whatever. Oh, yeah, weird. Or no, it doesn't have human feet. Oh, it's got like, yeah, it's just got backwards legs as well. Yeah, it's freaking weird. Just trying to understand why I'm using the older process with individual subtools instead of Dynamesh. No, I use Dynamesh a lot, Jason Weber. I just wait usually for a while before I end up throwing in before I usually Dynamesh everything together, because I use the polygonal stretching as part of my design process. It helps me kind of figure things out at an early stage. And I like to just keep things really low res to figure out like, oh, what kind of like crazy forms can I get and stuff. And I know you're not trying to be rude. I understand that it's just a question. I wouldn't think that you're trying to be rude unless like you were in all caps yelling at me like some people. Ask how I do hands. Exactly how you do hands. Well, honestly, like if you already know how to sculpt a hand, it's like you have the base there. I don't know. It's fast, right? It's the same thing. Like I could do the same thing with Z spheres if I really wanted to, but I just feel like, well, it's already there. Like I might as well just use it. Like I'm not doing a hand study here. I'm making like a concept, right? So if it speeds up your process, then go for it. I'm just saying that like if you don't know how to sculpt a hand and you're just throwing in an IMM hand and then going with that, probably don't do that. Like do your studies first. But if it's like one of those things where it's just like, oh, I already know how to do this, it's just redundant if I just keep doing it over and over again, then why not just throw in like something really quick, right? It speeds it up. Hey Vivienne, how are you? Yeah, it's going well. It's going well. Will I be retopping in Maya or in order to bring down the poly count? And with this, nah, it's just a one-off. Is the tablet pressure really important, or are there more brushing options inside the software? Yeah, I mean, I haven't really like played around with the pressure sensitivity. There are like options I think within ZBrush to play around with that, but most of it just like, yeah, it's just the tablet the way it naturally is, and it works just fine. All right. So another thing that I actually do in order to find the ground is I don't use the ground plane. I usually don't use the ground plane. I usually just make my own kind of like big box thing. Put it down here. Like this. And then work like that. Because then I can see where things are intersecting. Oh yeah, okay, I've got mask by polygroup. I was like, why is this happening to me? Yeah, no worries, Jason, no worries. How long have I sculpted / modeled in 3D? I'd say in and around 4 years. Alright, good night, Dark. Have a great sleep. How to start ZBrush. Jump into it. They offer a 45-day free trial. Just get in there, start playing around with the brushes and stuff like that. And check out zclassroom.com. zclassroom.com. What's good? Hey, Blands, how are you? What's his name? Patrice, what's his name? Oswald. His name is Oswald. Eisen. Imagine this guy's attack mechanism. He would literally just be like pimp slapping you 6 times, potentially 8. And every like in the game it would be a mechanic where it was just like the number of times you got hit would be like a damage multiplier. So pimp slapped once, times 2, times 3, times 4. Do I still have the small dog? Of course I do. Of course I do. What do you think, I give him away? Come on. How long have I been streaming? An hour and a half? Oswald Huggy Bottom. Yeah, he's got lots of huggy arms. Go underneath him. He wants a hug underneath. Hey, Eric. Alright, bye, Onyx. Have a great night. The slapper, yeah. Oh my gosh. See, I'm wondering if this stuff, if I should just... Oh, dang. I actually don't mind that. Hold on. Hold up. Hold up. Don't actually mind that. I think we can make something kind of fun with this. Spooky, yeah. I think in the front of, oh my gosh, Eddie. Yeah, no, it is kind of nasty. I know. We'll be getting there. We'll get there. Don't focus on it. Think happy thoughts. Think happy thoughts. What is this thing and why am I? Because, why not? Somebody's gotta make the weird things. Somebody's gotta be the weirdo in the class. You can't have a classroom without a weirdo. I'm the one sitting in the back by myself. Hi, you wanna have lunch with me? I got a peanut butter sandwich. Like, real talk though, like I did some weird like drawings when I was in grade school. Definitely some weird stuff when I was in grade school. People thought I was like disturbed. I am. Do I have to retop or texture at work? My first job I had to do retop. Texturing was my last job, yeah. Its hair flaps, they're magnificent. I know, better than mine. Picking my nose? You know me so well. Monster Head and Shoulders commercial. Yeah. How did Oswald get that big with such a small mouth? He absorbs the souls of those who eat lunch alone. Make a horror game, it would look pretty snazzy. Maybe. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know if you want my peanut butter sandwich. I put my fingers all over it. I actually don't spread my peanut butter with a knife. I spread it with my fingers. I'm kidding. Yeah, you want to come have lunch with me? I'm sitting in the back of the class. Oh my gosh. Hey Tehran, thank you. Appreciate it. Just having fun here. Nothing final, just concept stuff, you know? Which I feel like I have to keep saying because people think this is like final and I'm like, oh god. Nah. I hold myself to higher standards. No, I'm kidding. Only a little. Only a half joke. You populated the back of the class a lot. Hey! High five! Thank you, Sam. Alright, see you, Seagull. Thanks for coming by. Have a good night. Do I make horror games or do you just this for fun? You have no idea if the guys in the comments here are sarcastic. No, I don't make horror games. I don't make horror games. I wouldn't mind working on them, but I don't make horror. Oh man. Alright, for this one, I think I'll just replace those backhands as well. Because I mean I have these ones anyways. 54, how are you? I make the scariest horror games, do I now? Darley, name? This thing, Oswald. So much things you can learn by watching this. Really? I mean, that's a good thing. To retopologize this model if I wanted to UV it? Yeah, for sure. Oh, thank you, Joel. I really appreciate it. Thank you. Okay, I'm gonna take like a break for about 5 minutes because I'm gonna be here for another 2 hours and 15 minutes. So it's good to stand up after a few hours of sitting at the computer and just like go and get yourself a drink, stretch, say hi and cuddle your dog. So I'm gonna be back in just 5 minutes. Okay, yeah, we good with that, right? We good with that here. I give you a nice disgusting view of it right here. Aight. So guys, get up. Do your stretch. Get your drinks. Or just go and watch a YouTube video and I will be RB. Okay. There we go. Yes, I did turn into a chair. Thank you for noticing. Photoshop anime eyes onto this thing. Yeah, it needs work, so. Alright. That breakeroni pasta. Heck yes. I got a new tea. It was a short break. Well, that's good, because all I need to do is make a tea. I turned my back on my creation. That's the thing. Like, I actually, when I was a kid, when I used to do drawings and things like that, I actually used to think to myself that if I didn't finish a drawing, the thing that I was drawing would just live in a perpetual state of torture because, like, it's missing body parts or whatever. So, like, if I just, like, drew, you know, a T-Rex, but it was, like, only the head, it would, like, be in pain forever because it didn't have the rest of its body and stuff. That's that's what I used to think when I was a child. And so I tried finishing all my drawings because I don't know where that came into my head, but I started believing it for a while. Managed to catch 2 streams this late. Oh yeah, no worries. Hi, Maple. Yeah, I know. Where am I? Is at my house. Looks pretty amazing, that room. This room? Yeah, it's kind of... Oops. It's amazing. Look at how amazing. So amazing. It's empty. It's empty. So amazing. Yeah. Huffing glue in the back of the glass is it. Oh my god. Alright. So these guys. Sorry. Hey, Play2D, what up? LA? No, I don't live in LA. What monstrosity is that on my screen? Self-portrait. Me in the morning. This is what my hair looks like. At least it motivates you to finish it. I definitely still left things unfinished, though, so that only kind of worked. I am from Canada. I am Canadiana. Nice to see you too, Play2D. Nice to see you too. Alright, so this gonna be a little bit of craziness, I'm thinking. Let's solo mode it. Alright. On second thought, I think I just remove these. And then, yeah. Yeah, it'll be fine. Okay. Let's do Dynamesh of this. Go. Oh, maybe a little higher. No, I didn't get a new camera. Maybe it's just because there's more light coming in. I've got like a lamp on the side. Maybe that's why. Where do I get this music? On YouTube. Creative Commons. Oh, thank you. Thank you, Play2D. Aren't they done with Dark Souls, though? I thought they were done with it. From The Exorcist, yeah. Thanks, Ripple. Thank you for calling my creature disgusting. It's like one of the only situations where you can actually say, "Oh, thank you for that," backhanded compliment. Okay, I don't know so much about this guy. Wait, hold on, let me see. Let me see. Does simplify it, and then maybe I can do like tendrils the other way. Because as much as I was liking that, I don't really know if I actually like it. Yeah, feels. See, now I have a general idea of where I want this to go, yes. But before, like, you know, even just like 15 minutes ago, I was just kind of like, ah. But now I'm kind of like starting to understand and put in a little bit more detail and stuff like that. Can I think of any interesting experiences I've had in job interviews or tests that they might have given you? So I've never really been given like an art test before, which is kind of crazy, I know. Whoops. But I can tell you that I've had interesting job interviews for sure. The first job that I got hired to, I actually thought that I wasn't going to get hired because I ran out crying. Yep. Yep. So that was a thing. I don't know if you consider that an interesting experience. Hey FX, how are you? Meow. Is there a head or is there gonna be a head? He's like a little tiny head right here. How do I drop the beard things like there was gravity? I just see a snake hook. It's a magic, right? Magic thing. Snake hook just can do that. Just kind of grab a big brush and just go, whoop. You know? Sort of a thing. But I don't really want there to be that. I want like something opposite. Probably actually give this a bit more chunk in general. I think it needs more chunk. Tears of victory. I mean, if you really want to know why, it was because I thought that I thought I did a really bad job in the interview because the guy was like, yeah, one of the guys, there was two people. It was like they were playing good cop, bad cop or something. And one of the guys was like actually yelling at me. And like wouldn't let me speak or anything like that. They would ask me a question and then like cut me off and everything. Wouldn't make eye contact with me or anything like that. It was really bad. And so like I thought like I screwed up really bad. Like I thought it was my fault that was happening. And then I got multiple calls from multiple recruiters saying that I got the job like 24 hours later. So I was like, oh, okay. Yeah. No, it wasn't HR. It was I can't like get into too much detail about it because like I don't want to like put anybody under the bus or anything like that. But yeah, it was a pretty ridiculous interview, that's for sure. Yeah, of course I accepted the job. Of course I did. I really wanted it. It was like when I was in Toronto, so there weren't like a ton of like I mean, of course there are a ton of studios, but like that I was kind of like interested in, and I was, you know, when I first started out, I was more about like that reputation, you know, like I mean, I would have taken like any job that was given like put in front of me, but at the same time, um I was kind of like all about that art like reputation thing, and I heard like, oh, Ark's like a really big company and everything like that, and they don't exist anymore. They went bankrupt. Really sucks. That whole situation just sucked. But I met so many great people while I was there. It was just like a really bad like interview process. That's like really like it. But I have like a lot of friends that I still talk to from that job. And I was working on Barbie at first, but it was definitely a good experience. Like I really enjoyed working on that project. I didn't even end up working with like the person who had interviewed me that way either. So I was like, ah, sure, win-win. And I don't even think like that person was just a little bit like just a lot in general. Like I don't think that they meant to do that either. So, you know, if you're doing your best in an interview, just try to remember that, you know, if somebody lashes out, maybe they're just having a bad day or whatever. Like don't take it on you. It's probably the other person just dealing with some stuff. Do I have any favorite go-to brushes that I use? Yes. Snake hook. Snaky hooky. And clay buildup. I'm like spamming those two. You can see me spamming them. Why did it go bankrupt? Failure on the part of management side. They were hiring way too many people, way too fast. They were putting everyone on overtime when most of the time, like, even people that didn't have any tasks to do, it was just like, no mandatory overtime. And they were underbidding for way too many projects. The company had like 15 projects going and over 500 employees. And it was just kind of a disaster in general. Like, it was just a lot. They were just spending money they didn't have and lying and stuff like that. It was just like, you know, they were trying to reach too far and they didn't reach, and everything kind of collapsed, and it was just like a really big disaster that had happened. If you look up Arc Productions, you can see the story. I won't get into it too much, but like, yeah, I was getting back from a long weekend in Montreal, because at the time I lived in Toronto, and we were at like a music festival, so obviously lots of money was being spent. And I come back, and I'm in the car going back to Toronto, and I get this email. My friend gets this email. We work together, and my friend gets this email saying, "Don't come into work. You've all been laid off." And I was like, "Ha, you're joking, right?" Like, that's a joke, because it just seemed like the company was doing so well. It had so many projects and stuff. But, you know, the week prior to that, like, we didn't get paid. And they were just like, "Oh, it's just an error. You all will get paid like the next day, like or next week. It'll like, you know, it'll come back. Don't worry about it." But it like, you know, so we all thought, oh, it'll be fine. Like, some of us were obviously like nervous, but we were like, oh, it'll be fine. It'll be fine. And then we go and have fun during the long weekend, thinking, oh, well, we'll get paid the next week. And we get this email saying like, nah, doors are closed. You can't get any of your stuff. Company's under investigation and whatever. So all 500 of us were like locked out, and lots of people didn't even find out until they went to work on the Tuesday. They went to work on the Tuesday to a note on the door being like, nope, you can't come in. So that was a lot. But, you know, when stuff like that happens, the industry is actually like really good about coming together and just hosting a lot of like job fairs and job opportunities, and everybody's just kind of like there for each other. It's actually really nice. I ended up getting the opportunity that I was just working at for a year and a half because of that bankruptcy. Well, solvency, right? Like, another company took over from them, took over their IPs and things like that. But yeah, it was a lot. I know a lot of people that were working at ARC actually got rehired at the company that took over from the other company that had to give up its name. so they're completely fine. Most people who had a job ended up finding other jobs like pretty fast, like within the month. I was lucky enough to have mine like immediately after it went under. And the reason for that is just because of like how many job fairs and stuff were like hosted, how many like, oh, come get to know our project, we want to have you guys. Lots of like, you know, sniping going on. I was a little bit cynical about it at first. I was like, oh, well, they're just doing this because, you know, all these companies are just coming together because they want to like steal really good artists, which is like half true, but also it's because like we have a really good industry. So like they all kind of came out and helped the artists and everything. Companies like traveled from all over Canada, even the States, just to come and talk and host some like job fairs because of that whole situation. It was like there's a lot of people without a job. Yeah, it is a recipe for going out of business. Yeah, there was a lot of stuff. Like I could honestly talk like an entire day about like everything that was going on at that company. Like I don't know everything obviously because I'm not like a higher up, but like just things leading up to the event and everything. But I don't know if that's appropriate right now. After getting a good shape to start off, are there any questions you ask yourself about the creature you're making? Like, how does this creature eat? How does it breathe as part of the creation? Oh, absolutely, absolutely. For something like this, I mean, like, there is a bit of that thought, but a lot of it is just like, oh, I just kind of want to make something cool. Like, I don't want to think about too much of, like, you know, how it works and stuff. But when I am doing, like, a final project, then absolutely, I'm definitely focusing on the mechanics of the design. But for something like this, like, I mean, there are obviously working mechanics here. Like, I'm thinking about how it would be able to move all of this stuff. And obviously thinking about the bone structure underneath and all that. But for some of my crazier designs, sometimes I just don't get there. I don't get to the mechanics of it. Sometimes I'm just like, whatever, I'm just gonna have fun and see where this goes. If I like it, then I will take it further. If not, then whatever. Yeah, there's a lot of these stories in the industry. I know, it sucks. And I feel like it's not just our industry either. I feel like other industries also face this kind of a thing, but it's less frequent in industries where there are unions, for example, or it's backed up by the government or whatever, right? So yeah, the community is amazing. Absolutely amazing. The art community is phenomenal. Really, really great. Sip, I know. Went under 8 months after you got there. See, that's brutal. Yeah, that was kind of the same. That was sort of the same same boat that I was in. I was at ARC for about a year and a half, a little over a year and a half, and then it was just like things started happening, which I should have seen the red flags, but again, it was my first job, and I saw that, like, you know, key people were, like, you know, finding other jobs, like, all at the same time. Like, they would feel like there was, like, a red flag. It's like, oh, well, they're jumping ship, like, you know. But whatever. Live and learn. Now I know. But now I feel like I'm a little bit, like, too cautious now. Like, if something happens, like, one of the big things when I was at ARC, and a lot of people say this, like, from the studio, is we used to have like bagel Mondays. So basically they would bring in bagels for everyone to eat, like 500 bagels for everyone. And eventually, like a month before or 2 months before this actually like went down and it went like up in flames basically, the bagels stopped coming. And everybody was just like, what's going on? And they sent out like a memo being like, oh, we're gonna try, you know, getting everybody to eat healthier. And so then they did like this fruit day or something, but then it was like only one fruit day, and then it was like that kind of thing just stopped happening. And everybody to this day is just like, it was the bagels, that was the beginning. everybody just, yeah. Man. And then they stopped doing like catered dinners and stuff like that too. It was like there's a lot of like, you know, red flags. The not getting our paycheck for the 2 weeks wasn't just wasn't the only red flag. But it was a good company, like in general. Like the people there, the people that worked there were really amazing. I learned so much while I was working there. And even though like what happened to the company and, you know, the failure on management part and everything like that, like the higher ups and stuff, like I still wouldn't have traded the experience for anything. And I don't wish anything poorly upon the fact that the company went down or anything like that. Like I hold no resentment. It just bites that these kinds of things come out of the blue, and sometimes you don't get warned about them, you know? So you always have to be on your toes, always be like doing stuff on your own time. Don't stop doing your own work, basically. Like you always got to be doing your own work at home. And I actually had started Twitch streaming while I was at ARC. Midway through, I was working on Barbie, and I was like, my friend was doing Twitch streaming, and was like, you know, it would be a lot of fun. And then I started doing it, and I agreed. It was a lot of fun, and now I'm still doing it. So, yeah. Woo! Oops, we went bagel route. Hey drummer, how are you? Thank you, Scott. Have a good one yourself. Yeah, I know. Yeah, it's a lot of bagels. Dinners, you wish your See, that's the thing. They gotta be like really well off to afford something like that, right? They took the bagels. It's the apocalypse, alright, I know. Some companies make healthy bagels. It's just a little more expensive. Yeah. I mean, they were pretty good bagels, don't get me wrong. No, I actually don't have any, like, resentment towards the company, though. That's the thing. Like, I will talk about this openly. I'm not, like, bound by contract or anything, but, like, honestly speaking, I still know so many people from that experience, and, like, as crappy as it is for me to say this, alright? Like, don't take this the wrong way or anything, but because ARC went under, because the company I was working at went under, and I had met so many people. I mean, the company was like 500 strong, over 500 strong, because I met so many people and it went under. That many more people went out into the industry, right? So it's like, look at how big the network got because that pool of people just splashed, you know? So you can think about it in a positive way. Like, wow, look at how many more places I have an opportunity to talk to now because all these people that I knew just kind of like went everywhere. So if you put a positive spin on it, it isn't bad at all. It does suck though, don't get me wrong. It definitely sucked, and it definitely sucked way more for certain people. I was very fortunate coming out of that. But I was already like kind of preparing for that kind of stuff as by working on my stuff at home and already kind of looking for another job because I was getting a little bit tired of the project that I was working on. So it's like, oh, well, this is sort of like just a push in the right direction, I guess. With like a really bad thing that had happened to make it happen. I should really like fix these things up. Started doing 3D stuff on stream. You agree it's pretty fun? I know. It's relaxing. Yeah, see, that's like, yeah, exactly, effects, exactly. How to stretching apart to make it tall or small, step by step. So if you press W, you go into the gizmo tool, And if you have like, you know, a sphere and you have it on, you know, with a gizmo, all you need to do is use these things and you can stretch it like this, lengthwise, horizontal, whichever, or you can just in general make it smaller by holding like the middle one. Okay, I'm gonna save this really quick. I haven't saved it. You'll never trust a company offering bagels now. No, see, like, I feel like it's not gonna be every company, though. But if a company has, like, 20 projects going, chances are, I don't know, it's a lot to handle. When I first started ZBrush, I was like a trash fire. I was an actual garbage pile. Took me time to get better. Yeah, I use snake hook brush. Sorry. Do everything to make them love us. Oh my god. Play 2D. That sounds sad. UV mapping while streaming? Oh, I never do that. I just do the sculpting during stream. I never do anything else. Like, I would just be so bored. Like, well, I mean, everybody else would be so bored. Like, I don't want to get into that stuff while I'm streaming. Also, I get really distracted when I'm doing the technical stuff, so, like, I usually, like, work for, like, 20 minutes on something, and then, like, I take, like, a big break, and then go ham on it for another 20 minutes undistracted. So talking and doing those kinds of things, like, for me, doesn't really, like, jive as well. Oh no, honestly, Akela, you don't even know what it used to look like. Don't even worry about it. Also knows ZBrush Core, yeah. That's okay. That's fine. I understand. You just want to get back in the game? Then get back in the game! Oh, that sounds like actual hell. No, I don't want that. I'm sorry you deal with that, Play Duty. Is there something redeeming about it, though? Something you really like? Or are you just like, nah, this is not my thing? Would you touch ZBrush Core? Or would it be like driving a car missing a wheel? I mean, yeah, I would totally use ZBrush Core if I needed to. Because like everything that I'm doing here that I display on these streams usually, especially up until this point, is using like the really basic stuff. Like I have just been going through and using clay buildup, Damien Standard, snake hook, and inflate. That's literally all I've been doing for this guy. So if you can use that in ZBrush Core, then you can do this. So like for illustration purposes and stuff like that, absolutely, you can totally use Core. Totally. For more complex stuff though, and like, you know, specific things, or, you know, I guess technical things and all that, like maybe I really needed to use array mesh for something, or I wanted to use nano mesh for something, or whatever, you know, there's a few things. Maybe I wanted to do some texturing and export a texture map. Then in that case, yeah, I would want to have the full version. But because something like this only requires the basics, you can join in. It's very accessible. This sort of a workflow, very accessible. Who will leave now? Oh, man. Play TV. Well, as long as you can find something redeeming about it, right? You may just have a chance of falling. Hard? Nah. Nah, it's fun. It's fun. Did I do something special to get the crinkly paper type textures on accident of Snakehook or something? So you're talking about this stuff, right? This is an amazing product of the artifacts before Dynameshing. So with this guy, let me just save it. So this guy, if we go back in time, back to the beginning, 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 beginning. Oh, okay. All right, well, I guess I don't have that information for you. But basically, yeah, it's a product of just like mashing around like a really low poly mesh, and then you end up getting like artifacts like this when you Dynamesh, and I actually play off of those and kind of create something a little bit interesting using that. When is Shay's stream? I don't know the Pixelogic schedule, to be honest, but if you go onto, hold on, because I can't reply in chat. Okay, if you go onto the ZBrush live site though, you can definitely see that. Did I use Z-spheres for the base mesh, or did I duplicate the limbs? Yeah, I use Z-spheres, and then just to make like a simple object like this, and then I just like individually sculpted them. Except for the hands, I just placed the hands over and over again. Thank you, Menthol. Draw a circle, now draw the rest of it. No, I do, like, you can see how I did this entire thing. Is that /2 standard in ZBrush? Yeah, in the full version, you can get it in the lightbox. 3D object will be a statue and not articulated with bone physics. No. It's just for concepting, like, just having fun. No, if I wanted to, like, actually get this, like, ready for rigging, it would be a little bit of a different process. At this point, I would probably do a little bit more of, like, a, you know, some sort of, like, A-pose, T-pose sort of deal with it and think about how that's gonna work. What time is it? In Montreal, it is 10:30. What? What? Was I on Shane's stream yesterday? Yeah, I was in the chat being stupid. Oh, this is Glauco Longi's materials. You can get it on his what's it called? Gumroad. There we go. Alright, so this I kinda wanna like exaggerate a little bit more. This stuff. So what will I do then? What will you do? If you want to exaggerate it, what will you do? Well, I'll show you what I will do. I'm kind of liking it without the headpiece, so I might go with that. You feel like you've seen this before? Del Toro vibes? Really? Really? Dang. Wouldn't that just be the dream? I think I'm gonna actually hide this front bit. I think I actually could kind of see something happening here. I'm gonna exaggerate it here before I lose it. I don't want to lose it. Don't want to lose that from my thinking noggin. Let me see if I can. There we go. Is there a way to mask something off and make it its own subtool? Yeah, if you have a mask, then go into your subtool palette and then say split. Split mask points right here. All right, good night, Surfer. Thank you so much for stopping by. Yeah, you could also use the extract button. That works too. Wish you could watch every week. Bosses have gone till... Oh, yeah. No worries, no worries. I'm glad that you're here, though, for when you can. Don't worry about it. Do I have any tips on improving anatomy, like where you get good references and stuff like that, other than practice? Yeah, you could... Okay, so Pinterest is really good. Like, if you look up, like, oh, how does, like, you know, like biceps or whatever, anatomy for sculptors or something like that. Like, those are really good. That's a good book, actually, that I need to get my hands on. You can also do the link that I had put in chat before, which is called Anatomy Next. Anatomy Next is really good for referencing human anatomy. It's literally called Anatomy for Sculpt, like the number 4 sculptors.com. So you can check that out as well. But yeah, Pinterest is actually surprisingly really good for that kind of a thing. There's lots of stuff on Pinterest. Like, people have already made their boards and things. Yeah, so I'm gonna do some I'm gonna do some shameless self-promotion. So if you guys are enjoying this stream and you enjoy kind of like what I do and whatever and stuff, you come and actually follow my own channel. Like, I have my own channel. I do have my own channel. This is not my channel. This is the Pixelogic channel, which definitely give them a follow too, by the way, because you can see a whole bunch of other really amazing artists here with different workflows and all that. But here we go. Woo! Hello! Hi! Do you see where my eyeballs are? You see this link right here? Right here? Ooh, eyebrow dance. That's where I am. Yeah. That's where I go. That's where I go. That's the back of the class, where you can come and eat lunch with me, and I have a peanut butter jelly sandwich that I spread with my fingers, and I'm ready to trade you for your Jolly Ranchers. I'm gonna just stand in the back of the class over there. You can come hang out if you want. Thank you, Fighter. I appreciate it. Oh, it's hot in here. Well, welcome, Vakota. I appreciate it. Are you sure? My fingers were on it. You don't want it? It's a really tempting offer. Come and get it. It's on toasted bread, not that Wonder Bread kind of stuff. It's nice, fresh from the bakery. It's good. I mean, somebody might have stepped on the loaf before, but you know, you come and get it. Right? Somebody gets it. Dad gets it. Dad gets it. Hey, Freeze, how are you? A brain, like a third part entity. Grid arc. I'm not gonna say that I'm not inspired by Geiger. And I do believe that making something incredibly creepy does come from, I guess, playing on, you know, that sort of a thing. I mean, it's not specifically Berserk music. It's just sort of like this thing that's copyright free. Well, at least it says it is, and it hasn't gotten muted on YouTube or anywhere since. So, like, you know, for the year that I've been using it. So that's right. I've used the same a whole year. Rip old spiny head. Yeah, it wasn't working. Kill your babies. That's a good thing, King's Letter, but I'm not gonna say it out loud. I'm not gonna say it out loud, but you're allowed to think it because it ain't wrong. You need the playlist in your life? Alright, I'll drop the playlist I made. Well, it's not just me making it, like it's a bunch of things. I'll post it in the Twitch chat. Here. Hello. I can't speak. I cannot speak that. All right. Oh, does it say the broadcast has been paused? Is it okay for you guys? Hold on, I'm gonna refresh Facebook, see if it's like fine. Ooh. Oh, no. Ah! Oh, there's the, oh, I see it now. I see the chat now. Okay, alright, you can do that. There we go. No worries, Jason. Yeah, for sure. Okay, so I can see all of the Facebook comments now. Like, I could only see like a couple of them before. Okay, there we go. There we go. There we go. 1 hour left of the 3 hours go by. And I can finally see the comments. Hello, Facebook. How are you? Oh, man. Is a beginner habit because you don't see me doing that? Yeah, I actually try not to smooth. Well, I don't try not to smooth. I just find that, like, I don't need to, right? Like, it's just have to be a little bit, like, confident in your brush strokes and just be like, you know, if you're gonna put something there, just have confidence that you can always change it. It's kind of like, if you think about it, like, in a painting sense, like, let's say with painting, you kept using the smudge tool, for example. Like, what if you just, like, kept smudging? You don't get, like, strong brushstroke looks from smudging everything. And it's kind of the same thing with quick concepting in ZBrush, in 3D. Like, if you're constantly smoothing things out like this, you don't get, like, those crazy accidents or those crazy, like, you know, details that you could have gotten just like a brushstroke in you know, while you're painting. So I don't know, try to hold off on like smoothing like crazy unless it's like, you know, you're trying to get rid of like weirdness like I was just doing right there. But yeah, you really don't need to like smooth a whole bunch. Unless again, like you wanted to get rid of like weirdness like I just did right there. Oh, you're watching it while you're at work? Nice! You saw me wait, who, what? Want to see me get out of my safe zone? Cool to see what I would do. What would you want me to do out of my safe zone? I'm always trying to get out of my safe zone. Cube, learn out of internet. Nah. That's for cool kids. I'm sitting in the back of class. My peanut butter jelly sandwich. Do my lunch with me. I spread it with my fingers. Storyline to some of these sculptures, like, is it an old lady spider who's looking for his purse for coupons? Oh my god. How do I keep it so clean when my sculpt is so high poly? It's just practice. Honestly, it's just practice. Just go over things, go, you know, subtract, add. It's really what it is. How many polys? This one is 1.4 million. Have any tips for students like yourself to get a job in the art industry? Just keep applying to things, keep working on your own stuff, keep improving. Persistence. That's the tip that I have for you. I can't really like dive into it too much. Standard clay buildup. Yep. How would you do a thin biological gauze like membrane, like thin skin flesh with holes? I would use alphas for sure at a really high resolution. VDMs. You can also use VDMs. And then also there's this brush that I like to use. Let's see, where is it? Right here from ZBrush guides. This one's really cool for like webbing things. Right here, like this. There you go. I'm pretty sure that's kind of what you meant by that. But I usually don't get into like stuff like that until a little bit later on in the sculpt, because it's like such a fun brush to use. You usually get carried away with it, so I try not to jump into that until I've got everything laid out the way that I want it to be laid out. Yeah, feel. My volume has been pretty low. On my end, it sounds like it's like in the yellow zone, so I don't know. Like yeah. It's like in the yellow. How would you do with, wait, hold on. That shows my poly painting and texturing skills. I mean, I've done a few of them, but I probably won't be doing that this stream. You think you know why? Do you have it like, oh, your Chrome setting is like half? I've done that before. Cause I'm like, oh, I'm kind of like loud. I feel like I'm kind of loud. All right, so, you know, we could actually probably, I'm gonna save really quick. And let me see, let's load up. Oh no, I'm not gonna texture this model, no. Nah. Nah, this is just a for funsies thing. Hi, Tiny. Hi, Govind. Nice to see you too. I shared the model you'd like to try and print it at. No, I'm sorry. I don't share these things online. It's just like a matter of self-preservation. Cause like again, like I wouldn't want to like give away anything that isn't like, you know, done. Okay, I'm gonna try and cut off a bit of this to get a little bit more resolution. You know, I didn't even fix like this arm yet. Oy. Okay. All right, baby's first view. Thanks for stopping by. Hi, Jesse. You're new to the stream, going around to every creative streamer to share a petition for Twitch to change. Well, I'm not actually the owner of this channel. I stream here every week, but I'm not the owner of this channel. I have my own channel, which you can see down below on this thing. You've been working on this concept, trolls versus white knights. Oh, cool. Spider wrinkles look expensive. Okay, so Roberto, I would say go to Z Classroom. Go to Z Classroom and check that out. Thank you, Jonathan. I appreciate it. How are you doing? Okay, I'm gonna then Meshurinos this one. Get that some more tapo. Looks like it's giving birth. worries, Dad. No worries. I hope you have a great night. Where do I get my inspiration from? So many different sources. I would say mostly nature itself. Nature is freaking weird, but I have like an endless line of artists that I think are amazing. How many hours left in the stream? 50 minutes. 50 minutes. Birthing is magical intervention. Oh my gosh. The prints that I took to the convention, did I texture those in Substance Painter and then render? Or did I poly paint and render? Poly paint, render, and then Photoshop on top of that. What did I render in? Keyshot. What Wacom am I using? I am using Intuos Pro Medium. You hate working on feet and hands. I am it. So I'll be working until midnight over here? Yeah. Yeah, I usually go from 8 p.m. to 12 a.m. Because I can. Is Keyshot free? No, it's not. Do I animate any of my sculpts? Do I use Cinema 4D? No, I don't animate my sculpts, but if I'm working for somebody and they need a sculpt done to then be retopologized and created into a model, then yes. But I'm not the one animating. And no, I don't use Cinema 4D. Hi, Paolo. Thank you so much. Thank you, Will. Am I intending to visit Singapore? I don't have any plans to do that, but if I ever had the opportunity, then I wouldn't pass it up. I mean, if somebody wanted to invite me to like a conference or something. The reason why I went to Mexico is because they offered to bring me down there, and it was an amazing trip. It was really, really great. Do I like cartoon characters? Yes, I do. Thank you very much, Tebum. Or Tebern. So this channel, that you're looking at right now, is the Pixelogic channel. I don't own this channel. This is not the place that I actually stream at. So if you are interested in actually watching my own stream, you can see me. You can see me over here. Hello, check out my eyeballs. You see my eyeballs? See what my eyeballs are looking at right here? This. Ooh. 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 That's me. That's my channel. Alright. Hi, Aizen. You missed most of the stream this morning? That's okay. How are you doing, CB? Started with a... Nah, well, like, I guess if you start with that program, right, Roboto? But I've used both, and I'm way more familiar with ZBrush. Well, not familiar, like, I'm familiar with both, but I just feel like ZBrush is so much better. For sculpting, anyways. Hello, Aubrey. Nice horse. Thank you. At least it's not a dog or a bird. Hi, John. Have I in the flesh, in the mouth of, eaten in my mouth, a spider? Hold on. What? No, what? What is that comment? What is that question? What am I supposed to say to that? Okay, so here's the deal, Sparky. Have you in the flesh, the mouth of eaten in your mouth, a spider? I don't even know what language that is. I don't know what you're saying. Oh my god. You're just asking if I've ever eaten a spider. No, I don't want to eat a spider. I don't have any interest in eating a spider. Maybe while I was asleep, because there's that, that whole myth thing that apparently that's a thing. Go to sleep and spiders crawl in your mouth. I don't even know if that's true or not. I feel like that's not true. I feel like it's definitely not true. Like, how many spiders do you have in your house at any one time that they're gonna keep crawling in your mouth? Brand new to ZBrush. Your husband bought it for you, but you're so lost with it. Z Classroom. Z Classroom. Z Classroom. Go to zclassroom.com. You'll have all of your stuff there. Thank you, Fieri. How are you doing? Of Charis from Skyrim? You don't like Spider. I mean, like, yeah, no. How do you be an official ZBrush streamer, and how did I become one? I'm one of the first people to, like, I was part of the first group of streamers to join the Pixelogic crew. I've been doing it like every single week since it started, pretty much. I mean, like, I skipped a few weeks because of like vacation or because I'm sick. But basically, you could just fill out a form and apply, and then they will review your portfolio. And you know, if you do stream online, they'll look at your stream or your YouTube videos or whatever it is that you've already been doing, and then they'll interview you, and then you can maybe do it. So there's an application form actually on Twitch. If you go down to the About Us on the Twitch channel, twitch.tv/pixelogic. If you go into the under the About thing, About Us, there's an Apply Now, like it's a tiny thing, and it'll take you to a PDF, and you can just fill that out and then follow the instructions. Yeah. And if you do join the crew, welcome to the team. What is that I just carved in just now? Who knows? Stuff. Made your third thing today? Nice! No, yeah, be proud of it. Just do things. The fact that you're doing stuff is really good. What's my dream studio to work at? I don't have a dream studio. I don't have a dream project. I just have a longing to be challenged, and I have a longing to be creating new things, and just, you know, with really great people and in an interesting environment. I don't necessarily think that any one studio is going to be what I want to, you know, be at, or if any one specific, you know, game or one type of movie is what I want to work on. I just want to work on cool stuff that challenges me with people that I can learn from. Really, that's me. Like, that's what I want. I don't have like a goal, like, oh, my end goal is like work at Blizzard or something like that. If Blizzard wanted to hire me, which I mean, like, I don't think they would, but if they did, like, you know, if the project sounded really like exciting and, you know, the people were really cool, like, of course, right? Like, it's not really a thing that I'm like striving towards, though, right? Like, it's not like, oh, that's the company, like, I have to get there, tailoring my portfolio like that or anything like that. No, I just want to, you know, do art. I just really like art. I like making things. Which I guess that's why I fit as like a freelancer, right? Because I'm kind of in the back of the class eating by myself. Hey, come join me for lunch. I'm eating my peanut butter sandwich, spread it with my own fingers. Did I ever model environments like rocks or ruins? Yes, I have, not for my creations to climb over, but professionally I've done environment work, yeah. It's not my favorite thing. With my highbrow art swarm of justice fingers? What? When I make a sculpture for a movie where they will be using a muscular skeletal system, do you keep it simple, or do I keep going on creating a well-defined and muscular model? I haven't made something that uses a fully fleshed out muscular system. I've only kind of like made it for like pseudo systems. Like, it hasn't been like something like Weta level. Like, I haven't worked on something like that, right? It would be pretty cool, I think, to work on something like that, but I feel like there are like a lot of like restrictions when it comes to that kind of a thing, because you are trying to like, you're making muscles like really work. But I think it would be a really cool challenge. I haven't done it, so I can't answer your question. Something you could think of, make a 5-minute quick tip tutorials that you can play every half an hour so you can stretch your legs in your streams. I mean, yeah, you know, honestly, why don't you guys check out Danny Mac's 60-second tutorials that he's been doing. He's been doing a lot of like really cool stuff on his YouTube channel, and he also streams here too. Is ZBrush good software to use for hard surface modeling? Yeah, you can do great hard surface stuff in ZBrush. It's just a little bit of a different mindset when you start doing it, right? Like, it's not the same mindset as like traditional box modeling. most of it. Like, I mean, with ZModeler, it kind of is, but again, like, getting into ZModeler is a little bit different than doing it, like, in Maya or Modo or whatever. So as long as you're okay with learning a different kind of, like, workflow, then yeah, absolutely, it's equipped for all that kind of stuff. Okay. How long did it take me to get the ZBrush interface down? I mean, I can't give you an exact answer for that because it's been like such a long time since I first started using the program. It's been like 4 years now, something like that. But I think within the first, like, you know, week or so of really like fudging around with it like every single night, I started to get the hang of it. And it's one of those things, like, you know, the more that you do, it'll start to become intuitive. You just have to give it the patience, the time of day. If you're still, like, if you're really confused and you don't know where to look for that kind of stuff, you could always go onto zclassroom.com. Danny. Everybody say happy birthday to Danny Mac. No, he's been doing some like really good stuff. Like really good stuff for YouTube. Okay. I only have like half an hour left, so let's see. I haven't really like sculpted too much during this stream. I think I've talked like way more than I've sculpted, so I haven't really like gotten anything down pat. There's like a ton of questions that were coming in today. And I just feel like, dang, this hasn't gotten anywhere. Well, that's okay. Let's play with this one. Let's just do it. Why not? This is a brush from ZBrush Guides, by the way. And he shows you how to go about making these kinds of brushes. He's awesome. You should definitely check out ZBrush Guides as well. He's got like a lot of really great resources and tips and tricks and things. Can I make my interface blue manually, or is it? But yeah, you can change the interface colors in preferences, eye colors right here. Preferences and eye colors right here. That's awesome, Joanne. Nice. Poly paint it? No, I don't. No, I don't want to. not tonight. I've still got stuff that I want to do on this thing. Standalone website, or is it Z Classroom or something? No, it's a standalone thing. Do I zone out after a long live stream like Netflix and squishy pajamas? Usually right after these things, if I'm, you know, if I am still awake, I basically just I stop talking. Like I usually either go to sleep or I kind of just render something out and do something a little bit like mind numbing. Because it's like 4 hours straight of talking, so it is a lot. And every time I'm done these things, there's like a little bit of a buzz, like a almost like white noise that I can hear in my head. Because I've just been like talking so much, it's been like reverberating in my head. Like my own voice is just like reverberating. Oh my god. What model am I most proud of? I don't know. I don't know if I'm like the most proud of like anything that I've done. Gotta think about that one for a bit. Alright, what's he gonna do here? Actually, let's try... Would I sculpt his muscles? Would I sculpt... Wait, what? Would I sculpt his muscles or not? If he was gonna use muscle simulation? I mean, I would still sculpt his muscles because you, like, in order to simulate something, you still need the information there, right? It's not like muscle simulation is really the same as cloth sim. It's not like if you make a tube of an arm and then all of a sudden you say, simulate muscles, all of a sudden it grows a bicep. Like, that's not how it works. Like, you still need to sculpt in the anatomy of it. But in terms of, like, a muscle system, like... It's going to basically tell certain areas to be skinned a certain way and react a certain way with certain joints to make it more believable as that bicep. So you still need the mesh there, right? Like, you still need it to look like that, but you don't need it to be like flexed or anything because, you know, like if you move your arm like this, then your bicep almost like moves up and then the bump is like right here, right? So if you move it down, then it becomes more stretched out. And I would just say, like, kind of get it in that happy sort of medium where it is relaxed in the A pose or T pose, if that's what your rigger wants. Yeah. Yeah, I do. Like, I zone out. Like, around this time, it's, like, a lot for me, right? Like, it's a lot for anybody to be talking, like, hours and hours on end to like a screen. Like, I mean, I know I'm talking to you guys, but it's just like I'm not hearing anything back other than my own voice, so it's like reverberation. A cruel question right at the end of the stream. Yeah, I don't know, man. How often do I stream on my own channel? Right now, only once a week. I'm hoping to increase that amount when I take a little bit more time to just kind of like figure out my home schedule and stuff. Cause like I'm just switching to like freelance stuff right now. And my puppy is still being trained. He's only 5 months, so I still like have to take him outside every couple of hours and things. So I just gotta kind of like get my schedule down pat, and then I'll probably stream more. The Midnight Owl is great. Oh, thank you. Yeah, the Porpoise Hunter. I think I really enjoy. I enjoyed doing the Porpoise Hunter. I think I'm happy with how that turned out. I feel like if I were to approach it again, I'd adjust the values a little bit more. But yeah, I think Midnight Owl, I'm not like super proud of actually, because I did it so fast, and I'm kind of like disappointed that it got. It's always the way it is though. Like I shouldn't be disappointed that it got the most interest from people, but I can't help it. That I'm human. This is the way I'm gonna react to things like that happening. Because I just feel like, well, I did it so fast. What about the other things that I didn't do as fast? But that's not what it comes down to. Either you hit the concept on the mark, or you don't, and it either resonates with people or it doesn't. So it's not, it's like whatever. You speak the randoms. But given that it's a high poly model, does it matter when combined with NCLOS? Something like this, I would, you would definitely hit this to a lower topology before you actually consider doing any kind of like simulation with it. The monsters in Stranger Things. Yeah, no, I did, yeah. Yeah, the colors. I think so too. Thank you, Timothy. I appreciate it. No, I know. It's just kind of like if you're an artist and you put like a whole bunch of time into something and it's not received as well as something that you just kind of like barfed out, then it's a little like, really? But, I completely understand why. I'm not angry about it. It's just like a stab. Just stabs. Hey Jackal, what's up? Does topology matter when you have millions and millions of polygons? I mean, like, again, like, what I'm saying is this is not a final model. This is a sketch. This is a sculpt. If you were going to use this in something, it wouldn't be millions and millions of polys, right? And yes, of course, if you're making something for film or game, topology obviously matters. Always matters. This is a sketch, right? You quit watching because I hate you? What? Getting ready to bed? Nice, awesome. Well, I hope you have a great sleep. Nah, topology is not the enemy of ZBrushers. It really isn't. It's a good thing. I just for something like this, it doesn't matter. Oh, you're talking about Aubrey. Okay. Hey, Belle, thank you so much. I appreciate it. Her ticket to the chocolate factory part. What? Yeah, no, have a great sleep, Jackal. Thanks for stopping by. I mean, it's not torment either. I don't see why you guys are hating on it so much. I don't, like... Retopo isn't, like, the worst thing ever. It really isn't. There are worse things, trust me. There are definitely many worse things than Retopo. We have 15 minutes left. 15 minutes? Hey Austin, yeah. It's I don't know what it is. It's just nasty. It's just some nastiness. Thank you, Blacko. I appreciate it. What's this song? It's some chill step mix, I'm not sure. When you zoom to a small area and you activate gizmo, it does not appear in the screen. You have to frame and resume. Yeah, I get that a lot too. I don't really know about solving it. Do I stream often on my own Twitch channel? At least once a week, yeah. That's going to be increasing in the future. I just don't know when. The gloop, yeah. Yeah. Slime, hey YouTube! Welcome to my DIY slime channel. Today we're gonna be doing monster slime. Get your hands dirty. I better take the job. As if they would actually hire me. It would be pretty sick to do work on that though. It'd be pretty fun. Martha Stewart would have loved ZBrush. What? Yeah, no worries. Yeah, I mean, like, it's not the greatest painting or anything like that. I'm just kind of, like, playing around for the next, like, 5 minutes. Because, again, like, it's not enough time to really get anything good in. guys on Facebook. I appreciate it. Thank you. Stitch a small piece of cloth together to make a plain surface, and I use very small beads for deformation regardless. Since what? Oh, okay, you guys are talking to each other. Yeah, no worries. See you, Maple. Have a great sleep. I'm almost done here, anyways. Yeah, no, I do enjoy doing 3D concept work. I've done quite a bit of it now. It's one of my faves to do for shizzles. But yeah, this painting is not really like, it's not so great right now. Usually there's a lot more to it than just this. But I gotta settle. Yeah, I'm not, like, again, like, I don't have enough time to, like, really, like, fully paint this or anything, so I will probably leave it as only partial. Where is this one? And a bloop. And then I will find just an overall color to hang out with for this guy. Purple! Pink! No, we're probably gonna go with like a nasty orange, brown, red kind of thing. Nah. I'll leave it at this. Whatever. Because I don't really like, yeah, again, like I don't really have the time to be doing full paints. But here we go. Let me do a lineup. Looking forward to the next one. Yeah, I'm here every single Wednesday at 8 p.m. EST. So feel free to hang out, or you could go and hang out on my channel. My channel is woo, hi, hello. Hi, I'm right here. Boom, boom, bingity bang. This text underneath my eyeballs, my seeing orbs down here. That's where I am. So you can follow me there as well. And if you liked Pixelogic, you can always follow Pixelogic as well, and you can check out all of the other amazing artists that are live here every single week. Some amazing, amazing talent here. So if you didn't enjoy the way that I worked, then you can definitely check out their stuff. Maybe somebody else is better for you. Oy, oy, oy. Okay, maybe not a lineup, because this guy's like a little bit cray-cray. Maybe I'll just zoom him. Right there. There we go. There we go. Some cray-cray stuff. Alright, any questions before I head off? I will give you guys 5 minutes and I'll do like a speed answer thing. But yeah, tomorrow we're going, ooh, that is a big jet box. Okay, tomorrow is Thursday, and we have Tutti Wrap at 12 p.m. PST, and then that's followed by Mariano at 4:30, which is then followed by Oscar at 9 p.m. PST, all PST time. So whatever that translates to for you guys. Yeah, check them out. That's on the Pixelogic channel. I'm not sure if everybody is like up to speed on the restream thing, but so I don't know if it's all going to be on YouTube and Facebook as well, but if not, check out Twitch. More poly painting if it ends up working out. Alright, maybe. We'll see. We'll see. Second channel where I stream on Tuesdays? What? No, like, no, that's not, no. My channel is where I stream on Tuesdays. Come on now, come on. You can follow Pixel Logic. Yeah. Alright, okay. Thank you guys for hanging out. I will see you all next stream. Hopefully you liked this weirdness. Yeah. Alright. Follow me for more streams. Follow Pixelogic for more streams. Check them out tomorrow and the days to come. Is there anything I'm forgetting? No? Okay. Okay. Awkward goodbyes are awkward. Bye! Bye!